5-time NBA All-Star Jason Tatum announcing today that his foundation has gotten $1 million from finance company SoFi. At 6 o'clock, we'll hear from someone who had the unfortunate fate of facing Whitey on the opposite side of the baseball diamond back in high school. Former Incarnate Word head coach Jim Johnson tells me that one of the things that makes this team so special is their defense, because they have constant pressure the whole game. One of Dan Rolfus's signature strengths. Brooks Koepka's wife, Jenna Sims, doesn't play golf, but the actress and model has become good friends with some of the best on the LPGA, like Jessica Korda, through being at tournaments together and interacting on Instagram. It's a nice way for the women to unwind after, hitting a long day on the links. The shooting at the Chiefs Super Bowl parade highlights a problem that does need to be addressed. You've got it spot on. That is the sound of gates being open for the City SC home opener. As you can see behind me, just floods of crowds finally getting the chance to go inside to the stadium. I wasn't the only one sporting some cheese-inspired attire amongst the approximately 80,000 fans for Saturday's divisional playoff game.
We love our cheese. I mean, the only people that hate cheese are lactose intolerant, and even they still eat it. Lindenwood disbanded 10 sports and impacting about 284 students, especially with the Paris Olympics this summer. Saying goodbye to last year's national gymnastics champions wasn't easy. Things really heating up right now at Busch Stadium. No weather, pun intended. Tied up 1-1 in the bottom of the ninth. And of course, now we're into extra innings. We've been patiently waiting 3 years to see who the next Ryder Cup champions will be. Finally, the wait's over. This silence is not the norm at Lambeau Field, nor was expected coming out of this weekend's playoff game. I'm here at the Genesis Invitational, where Tiger Woods is trying to capture his 83rd title, but his first at the Riviera Country Club. Whether it was to watch the Cardinals, the Battlehawks, or City SC play in St. Louis, it was downtown that was the place to be for all of those teams on Saturday if you were a St. Louis sports fan. The picturesque backdrop of Whistling Straits makes for an ideal spot to snap a picture and make a memory. About, of course, none other than Patrick Mahomes. At just 28, he has gone to 4 Super Bowls. He's the youngest quarterback to ever do that. Lindenwood University, the women's field hockey team, was cut effective immediately. The university saying all other sports will be cut at the end of their spring 2024 seasons. That impacts about 284 student athletes. The rain and the gloomy weather may have tried to stop fans from sticking around for the Ryder Cup opening ceremony, but after walking Whistling Straits all day to follow some of their favorite American players, as one Minnesotan said, at least it's not winter yet. With only 12 teams and a maximum of 144 roster spots, the WNBA is one of the hardest leagues to make. And about a month ago, Kate Martin wasn't even sure she'd be drafted at all. As a child, I never thought that being able to make a birdie putt would help my career, but as a professional news reporter and sports broadcaster, going live on TV means being able to handle the pressure. Yes. Where everybody knows everybody. That's the bullpen during lunch Tuesday in New Athens, Illinois.
They just put the new sign out there.
But one man was all anyone wanted to talk about in this town of 2000, Whitey Herzog.
We got very good memories of him, of the family. And
everyone seemed to know Whitey.
When I was a kid, we delivered paper to the Herzogs all the time, so I would tell everybody, I deliver paper to Whitey,
A legacy also seen at the Whitey Herzog Field in Belleville. For this man, known by many, his family knew him best.
This was November the 4th, 2023.
Whitey's cousin-in-law, Jim Newman, saying he was planning to see Whitey the day he passed and support his cousin Mary Lou Herzog, Whitey's wife, though his cause of death hasn't been announced.
We didn't make it.
Mary Lou and Whitey were high school sweethearts.
In fact, Mary Lou, in the 6th grade, sent Whitey a valentine telling him that she would like to see more of him.
High school, where Vern Moores had the unfortunate fate to play against Whitey for Waterloo High School.
There was no comparison. Their team was so much better than our team.
Vern making his way to the bullpen like everyone else, a favorite of the city's mayor, who told us about when Whitey was still traveling with his baseball farm team through his hometown.
As they passed the local tavern, Bam's Tavern, Whitey pointed to the tavern and he said, I can tell you everybody that's sitting in that tavern this afternoon, plus I can tell you the stool they're sitting on and what they're drinking.